Hello, I'm Rachel from Douentza Garden in Ireland, and you are very welcome to this video all about rejuvenating hydrangea. So if your hydrangeas are very mature, if you've had them in your garden for a long time, then it can be that they get very congested, just like this one here. It can be that they lose flowering vigour, and it just means that they flop down a bit and kind of interfere with the other plants in your border. So today we're going to do a rejuvenating process on this Hydrangea macrophylla. Now these are known by several common names. They're known as mophead hydrangeas, also lace cap hydrangeas, they're the same plant, and they're also known as big leaf hydrangea. And before we get started, you should know that I garden in what roughly equates to as hardiness zone 9. Now we don't use that hardiness zone system here in Ireland, so just take that as a rough guide. And the time for us to prune hydrangeas is either late winter or early spring. It's March now, so it's the perfect time. And this hydrangea has already been pruned in the conventional way, and that means that the mop heads, the brown flowers from last year, have basically been deadheaded. They've been snipped off. And with the mop head hydrangeas, the best time to do that is in spring, because they are a little bit more tender than the lace cap, so the mop heads protect the emerging buds through the winter, and you should then cut them off in spring. This rejuvenating process, I guess you could do in late winter or early spring, because we're not exposing any buds. But it's March and this one has been pruned. Now I have made various hydrangea pruning videos, two quite detailed ones, and just recently there was a video about pruning 7 shrubs in the garden which covered hydrangea and even covered rejuvenating pruning a bit, but we're going to go into it in a bit more detail today. Now if your hydrangea gets very bad and you've just had enough of it, what you can do is cut it completely to the base. It will rejuvenate, it will regrow. You'll get no flowers that year, but you won't kill the plant. That's not what we're going to do today. What we're going to do today is to prune this plant to let light and air into the centre. So the plan is here to remove about 1/3 of the existing branches. Now I am going to lose flowers, but I'm prepared to put up with that. I will have some flowers on the remaining branches, but I will lose some. And normally we'd use a loppers, but to get actually in here, I'm going to have to get in on my knees and, well, do it with the hand secateurs. Always, branches that stick out and trail on the ground, they can be removed. So I'll start with that. Now you can prune in stages, cutting a branch first to as low down as you can get, and then at a later stage coming along and lopping it out a bit lower down. Now here's a really good example of, well, a very old branch. It's kind of gone silver in colour, very gnarled, very hard, and I don't know if it flowered well. Certainly it can be that when your bush gets congested it ceases flowering well. However, overall this one flowered okay, but I would imagine that the branches that are silver and gnarled and old in the centre were flowering less than the others. It's actually quite hard to get into the centre of this particular bush because it's so congested. So I like to kind of go for the centre, just push the branches apart and go in there. There's a lot of debris from just previous prunings that fell in the wrong place, and just take out some of the bigger branches. I can cut them lower to the ground later, but for the moment Let's just get them out of there. I need to remove these branches from the center so that the remaining branches have light and air and space. It's hard to get in at the center because it's just so congested, so I'll do this in stages. My aim here is to remove 1/3 of stems and cut them right to the base, especially ones that are old and silver in colour and gnarly. You can also reduce the size of some of the silver branches. Cut back until the point where a brown branch intersects or springs out from the silver. And when pruning, you should always cut back to something, whether it's cutting back to a leaf, cutting back to an existing side branch, or even cutting back to the base, as we're doing mostly today. Okay, so I think that's probably about it. I need to do a little bit more trimming of the stumps down at there to bring them a bit lower down, but basically that's how you rejuvenate a hydrangea. Also, when you finish, don't forget to give it some feed, whether it's granular feed or even just like a soluble feed. Your plant is going to need a little bit of the good stuff to get going again after a butchering like this. And remember also that each year when you do your normal deadhead pruning, you could take out say 2 or 3 old branches while you're at it, and then you have less of a terrible job to do like I've had to do today. But it looks a lot better. There will be fewer flowers this year, but yeah, I'll be happy to know that the plant is a lot healthier and a lot better set to do great things for me in years to come. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!